All narcissistic men are labor diggers and gold diggers for real. This is not an exaggeration. That's not me being dramatic. It is the hidden truth in plain sight. When people think of gold diggers, they usually imagine women chasing men for money. But no one talks about the opposite. Narcissistic men chase women not only for their resources, but for their labor, their time, their body, for their energy, and for every ounce of invisible work that keeps their life running. When you marry a narcissistic man, you're not marrying a partner in any way. You're signing up for unpaid servitude disguised as love. You're entering into a contract where your life becomes a chain of chores, responsibilities, and duties while he sits back, criticizes, and reaps the benefits. The worst part, society, culture, and sometimes even your own family convince you that this is your work as a wife, this is your duty, that this is what good women, religious women do. But let me tell you, that is not marriage, that is not partnership, that is slavery in a modern suit. I'm Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Welcome to my channel. Today, I am going to prove to you how exactly narcissistic men are not only gold diggers but also labor diggers. They exploit your body, your mind, spirit, and your labor while giving nothing back. Let's break it down one point at a time. Number one, they dump everything on your shoulders, don't they? Narcissistic men are experts at putting every invisible piece of labor on you. Meals, laundry, raising kids, paying bills, planning meals, remembering birthdays, booking doctor's appointments, shopping for groceries, and keeping the house running. The list is endless. This invisible labor is what keeps a household alive, and they pretend it does not even exist. Why? Because if they admitted it existed, they would have to show gratitude. They would have to acknowledge that you are holding everything together. And narcissistic men cannot stand giving credit to anyone else. So what do? They dismiss it. They say, "What do you even do all day?" They act like the meals cook themselves, the laundry folds itself, the kids raise themselves. They gaslight you into believing you are doing nothing, even while your body and mind are collapsing under the weight of everything you do. Number two, they guilt trip you for wanting help. When you finally ask for help, they do not respond with compassion, do they? They do not say, "Of course, let me share the load." No, they turn it against you. "You do not appreciate what I do. You're always nagging." This is their go to script. They flip the situation so that instead of addressing your exhaustion, you start defending yourself. You start wondering if maybe you are really ungrateful. Maybe you are nagging them for real. This is the genius of their manipulation. They silence you with guilt trips so that the burden stays exactly where they want it, on your shoulders. Number three, they pretend helplessness. When they do agree to help, watch closely. Suddenly they forget how to do basic things. They do not know how to use the washing machine. Weaponized helplessness, right? Learned helplessness. They accidentally burn food while cooking. They make the bed so poorly you have to redo it again. This is not real incompetence. This is feigned helplessness, as I was saying. It's a tactic. By doing tasks so poorly, they train you to stop asking. They turn your exhaustion into your responsibility once again. Over time, what do? You stop asking for help together because it's easier to just do it yourself. And that's exactly what they wanted from the start. Number four, they normalize your endless labor. And the most sickening part, this is your labor gets normalized while their crumbs get glorified. You can spend the entire day running, cooking, cleaning, managing, and nurturing. By the end of the day, you are drained. And if you complain, what do? They shrug. What's the big deal? That's normal. Everybody does that. But the moment they take out the trash once or wash one plate, they want applause. They want to be treated like heroes. They post online about it. They tell their family, "I helped today." Your endless sacrifices are invisible. Their crumbs shine like gold. That imbalance is not an accident. It's a system of exploitation they thrive on. Number five, they use work as an excuse. Even if you also work outside the home, narcissistic men act like their job is the only one that matters for real. They come home and say, I'm tired from work, as if your day was spent in a spa. They dismiss your exhaustion, your double shift, your mental breakdowns. Their work gives them a free pass to avoid lifting a finger, while you work both inside and outside the home. This double shift destroys women. It burns them out physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And the narcissist watches you collapse, all while justifying his laziness with the same excuse. I work hard outside, so what's the problem with you? Number six, they reserve leisure for themselves. Notice how narcissistic men always find time to relax. They scroll their phones, binge on TV, hang out with friends, or even take long naps. As crazy as that sounds. And while they're relaxing, you're still working. This is hierarchy. By keeping themselves in comfort while you remain in labor, what do? They create a system where your exhaustion, your tired body becomes the fuel for their entertainment. The more you suffer, the more they sit back. The more you run, the more they rest. It's a pyramid where your labor holds up their lifestyle. Number seven, they rewrite history with crumbs. If you ever call them out, watch what happens next. Suddenly, they recall one time they cooked dinner 3 months ago or vacuumed once. That rare effort gets inflated into, I do plenty around here. They rewrite the household history so that their crumbs shine brighter than your daily sacrifices. They gaslight you into silence. They force you to swallow your exhaustion while praising them for doing the bare minimum. This rewriting of history keeps you stuck. It makes you question your own memory. It convinces you that maybe they do more than you think, when in reality, they do almost nothing. Number eight, and the last one, the free license to exploit. When you add all of this up, dumping everything on you, guilt tripping, faking helplessness, normalizing your labor, glorifying their crumbs, using work as an excuse, reserving leisure for themselves, and rewriting history, you see the full picture. Marriage to a narcissistic man is not a partnership, it's a license for them to exploit, a free pass to use your body, mind, and your soul as resources without any accountability, gratitude, or care. And unfortunately, society supports, families normalize it, culture labels it as duty, which makes you feel even more trapped. From morning to evening, there is no time for yourself, no recognition of your sacrifices, and no end to your labor. That is why I call them labor diggers. They're not looking for love. They're looking for laborers disguised as wives. They're seeking free workers they can exploit under the cover of marriage. I hope that was it for today's episode. I hope you found it insightful. Let me know in the comments. I will talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.